for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Scream Louder, your update on what was, is, and will be loud. Scream louder now.
Welcome back to the Scream Louder podcast. I'm Austin. Hi, Christy.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
hi.
Raz.
I said hi, Christy, not hi, Raz.
Oh, sorry.
Welcome back. This week we're talking about Deadpool. If you guys missed the first part, go back and listen to it. But over doing some more research, I found out something else very interesting that I wanted to share with you guys. The scene where where Wade Wilson is attacking the pizza delivery guy. Mm-hmm. Like, he's wearing a B. Arthur shirt, which is a reference to Golden Girls and like his infatuation with Golden Girls in the comics. And I didn't even notice that when I was watching the movie, but I read back. It's the little things, guys. The little things.
It's a good thing to know.
It's weird to think that, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds probably went out and bought that shirt himself. He was like, I have to make this perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
okay.
I had to say that. But okay, let's keep talking about Deadpool. Yeah.
Ouch.
I think it's good when actors put 100% dedication into the characters that they play. My favorite example of that is Will Smith from Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Will Smith does that every movie except
Oh, yeah,
for...
definitely. He's fantastic.
Except for the last one.
What was that one he made with his son where they were like...
After Earth?
Yeah, that was a joke.
That was bad. Oh, it was horrible.
No, but with Pursuit of Happiness, Jaden, his son, talks about how his dad would come home or he's about to head off for the day, and Jaden says he'd ask his dad if he could get some orange juice out of the fridge, and Will Smith would be like, "No, we don't have a fridge. We don't have any money for orange juice." And he's just calling him out because he's getting into this role of being poor, completely poor, and not having anything. And his son's sitting there like, "It's right in the fridge, Dad."
7 pounds was good too. I cried a little bit.
Oh yeah, yep.
Although it did inspire me. If I ever want to commit suicide, I'm doing it via jellyfish.
I just want to have a jellyfish in general.
Oh.
That thing was beautiful.
Did you guys think that Deadpool was directed well?
Yeah, I think there were a lot of different things in it that just made it great, and I think the directing in general was one of them, of course. But
it was Tim Miller's feature directorial debut. Like, he had never directed a feature film before.
Wow.
That's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
And he started off with Deadpool.
He started with opening scenes in Thor: The Dark World and the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that didn't hear that, he said the
stuff in
girl with the
parts and
dragon
pieces,
tattoo.
What?
Nothing. I was just helping you out.
But I've never.
I like the way they use the flashbacks, because half of the movie is flashbacks.
Yeah.
And
They do a lot of that jump cut stuff
Yeah.
where they go back and forth.
But
between
sometimes you
present
get tired of flashbacks in other movies, and in this movie, like, very natural. You come and go, and
Well, it's cool how like you're watching part of it and it kind of starts sucking you in, and then it jumps back to the present, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, this is what we were watching, the action part. This is really cool." And then once you get tired of all the action, it's like, "Oh, we're gonna cut back and tell some more backstory," and it's paced really well. I think that's what makes it easy to watch.
Yeah,
Unlike The Princess Bride, that killed me. I'm in the middle of these knights killing each other and, like, you know, these crazy things going on, and then you go back to this kid that's sick trying to hear a story. I'm like, go back to the knights, man. I don't care about this kid.
We haven't even mentioned T.J. Miller, like the bartender from the movie. His best friend is hilarious. I love T.J. Miller anyway as a comedian, but in this film, he was just so dry and just hilarious.
really funny, and he was really blunt. Like, whenever he bet that Deadpool would die before everybody else, he was in the Deadpool,
Yeah.
and he like bet on him.
He said that his face looked like an avocado had sex with another avocado.
Like a very old avocado.
avocado.
That was kind of a sad moment for me because I love avocados.
Christy, tell these people about your avocado T-shirt. Go ahead.
There's a picture of an avocado on a T-shirt that I own.
And you were mad. Why?
Because the post office delayed the delivery. I had to special order that thing, and it was delayed like 3 days. I was really mad about that.
She
and
flipped.
Then she showed up with her avocado shirt on, and it was literally a white shirt with a cross-section of an avocado on it. Like, I thought it was going to be something kind of like clever and creative. No, it was just a picture of a half avocado.
Just an avocado.
Well, I mean, did you guys see the avocado commercial for the Super Bowl?
No.
No.
Well,
Nobody pays attention to avocados but you, Christy.
Whenever I saw that commercial, I was
and
like,
T.J. Miller.
It's about time that frickin' avocados got their own commercial. They're good for you.
You felt proud in that moment. Are you an avocado advocate?
Do you think avocados need a movie?
Oh, No, I don't
Okay.
think that.
Just you
Attack
seem
of the
like you
Killer
want to.
Avocados.
In 10 more episodes, we'll be having a podcast about an avocado
Avocado.
movie
Yeah, and how to make
Avocados in
guacamole.
movies.
starring Christy Miller, directed by Christy, and everything else by
Speaking
Christy.
of, what other, like, have you guys looked at the projections for all the other movies that are being made right now? Like, there's supposed to be, over the next 2 years, like 15 other superhero movies coming out.
Yes, not only with Marvel, but DC. DC's
Yeah.
taking a place coming up with their Justice League. We see Marvel taking over the movie side of things, and then we see DC taking over the TV show side of things with
Are
Arrow
you a
and
DC
Flash.
guy?
I'm a DC guy.
I think DC is more. DC superheroes are more mature and serious than Marvel superheroes.
You think DC is more
Like
mature?
like for mature people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You trying to say I'm not mature?
I don't.
I don't
I don't know. I mean, I liked the new Superman movie that came out. I really did, but it's not the top movie that I would go to. I mean, it's interesting enough to not fall asleep.
Speaking
Back to
of,
Suits. He
It's
doesn't
only
wear his
2
underwear
hours.
outside anymore.
shout out to Callan Riley, my friend who acts for me. He's moving to New York next week and trying to get an audition for Gotham
Ooh.
as their new villain. I'm
I'll
not
shout
gonna-
out to him,
I'm
too.
not gonna mention anything.
Gotham is
but
having a good time right now.
Gotham's a good
The series
show.
star like. nobody
Deadpool
liked
needs to make a cameo in Gotham. They need that cross branding just real quick, just like he shows up, shoots somebody in the face, breaks the fourth wall, and then walks off.
Again.
DC anti-hero movie is coming too. This one with the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. I'm a big Jared Leto fan anyway, but the fact that he's playing this maniacal kind of gangster version of the Joker, I'm intrigued by.
That'll definitely be sweet with pulling out the Suicide Squad. And see, that's what I feel about, like, Marvel has tons of heroes that are, well-known and villains, that we see in, they've got all of X-Men, right? And then you've got tons of other characters to pull from with the Avengers and everything like that. While DC, I think, has fewer known heroes and villains, but I think that their characters are a whole lot more deep.
Yeah, I think you make a
Storytelling.
point. I think one of the reasons that Marvel is so in right now is because they're not exactly deep characters, but they add each of these elements. Like, they find a really attractive guy and a girl, and they put humor in there, and then sometimes a little bit of, like, something really touching, but not really at the same time. And honestly, I don't think they would be so successful if they weren't funny or if they weren't really hot people.
So now they're controlling the movie side of things. You've got 2 hours of things that you can see instead of just reading in a comic book. Now you've got 2 hours of, with Deadpool, we got all those backflashes and everything and things to pull out for those people that haven't read the comics and such.
DC
So,
does do a good job of adding a whole lot more intrinsic emotion to their stories. Like, they add a lot more depth to the sad parts and the.
Who
Like,
wants to go and watch a
I saw-
superhero movie for the sad part?
I saw these pictures from this couple that went to different cons around the country, and they would dress up in like suits and nice like clothes, and they had like bullet holes, and they would go to different people dressed as Batman and lay on the ground next to them, and they had a sign that said Batman's parents.
Oh, oh man.
Right in the
That's funny.
feels. Right in the feels.
Dang.
And that's something that Marvel cannot do with its movies because Marvel now belongs to Disney. They have to be more for children.
You're saying for children after we just watched Deadpool
Well, Deadpool belongs to Fox, not
That's
to
true.
Disney. Yeah,
with the X-Men.
yeah.
I remember seeing
That's true.
after Deadpool came out the first day, tons of stuff on Facebook about these parents saying, "Don't take your kid to this movie. It's not for kids."
Yeah.
And I
Well,
was
no,
like, "Did
duh.
you not
Well,
realize
they
that
put
it
out.
wasn't for
I
kids
think
before?"
like Ryan Reynolds personally on his Twitter and stuff. He put out all kinds of warnings beforehand, saying, "Hey, you can take your kid to my movie, but you're gonna be a terrible parent for doing so." He's like,
Oh man.
and then by the way, Santa Claus isn't real. Like he kept saying stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
Spoiler alert.
What a nice man.
I just read another thing that's really cool that it was shot in 48 days. The entire movie.
Oh yeah.
It was shot in 48.
See, that always blows my
That is
mind.
insane.
That is insane.
It's taken me 48 days just to get out of bed sometimes. Much less shoot an entire feature film.
There's your superpower.
Like for Batman versus Superman,
Yeah.
it took like 1 year.
Yeah.
That movie's gonna be a joke.
Usually for things
Yeah.
that don't have
'Cause,
so
I
much.
mean, I think all the story is in the trailer. There's not gonna be anything new.
I really
in the
hope
movie.
not. I hate those movies where you see all the funny stuff in the trailers and then you watch the movie and you're like, I already saw all the funny parts.
Because in the trailer we already seen Doomsday and Wonder Woman. Like,
Aquaman.
Is he in the trailer?
He's supposed to be just a teeny tiny part, which is good because
That's always worth.
he's just a teeny tiny part. I went to a comic book store and the first Aquaman comic was there in buttloads, and you could get it for like less than $5.
Yeah,
No offense.
nobody likes Aquaman.
No offense, Aquaman. But he had potential at a point. But
All he can do is talk to sea animals. Like, that's not a superpower. That's a curse.
he's gone through so many different changes and everything. He went from having a harpoon for a hand to having both hands, and now he's got like scales for legs and stuff.
Well, that's why
But
he's
he can
not
control
successful.
water,
That's
right?
disgusting.
There it is.
It's like the guy Little Mermaid, but it's just split down the middle.
Gross.
Damn.
Well, I mean, exactly how far do the scales go up?
I don't
The
know.
Aquaman
Christy. I
video
haven't gone
game's
that-
really bad, too.
I haven't gotten involved with him.
Deadpool got to keep all of his facets and abilities, right? He got to keep all of his cash and prizes whenever he got all messed up, right? He's still anatomically correct.
What are you saying, Austin?
I'm just trying to say that, like, maybe Aquaman still all has all his fish parts, too.
By choice.
Oh, I remember my mom called me after she watched it, and she was like, "There was a part where
Deadpool?
you saw, where you saw his willy," and I was like,
What was that?
"Well, Mom,
His what?
where do you see his willy?" And in the fight scene, there's like a brief moment where that.
I
but,
distinctly remember that part.
You
yeah.
distinctly remember Deadpool's Willy?
Excuse me, it was Wade Wilson. He was burning at the time.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
he was in that big fight in the fire, and like,
It was kind of a silhouette. I don't know if it really counts.
it doesn't count. But my mom freaked about it. She was like, "I don't want to see his willy," and she was using that word the entire time.
Oh, man.
Well, maybe you shouldn't go see a rated R superhero movie that has Ryan Reynolds in it. Like, first of all, he's going to be at least shirtless, at the very least,
I
if
don't-
not a butt shot or
Yeah,
something.
there's very
I don't know if
explicit
she wasn't
scenes.
like disappointed about seeing it, or the fact that he was all messed up. by the time
like she was
she saw it.
disappointed that it didn't happen earlier,
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
pre-cancer.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for your mom.
Shout out to Christy's mom.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, they were working in this movie for 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
The script was written like since 6 years.
Yeah.
It was ready for.
But
Well,
filmed in 48 days.
The only reason that it
40
got released was because some footage got leaked onto the internet, and Ryan Reynolds was on late night or something, and he said that, and he knows that somebody in the group that they were making it with did it, but they don't know who it was.
Mm.
And because the fan craze about it, I mean, that's why it really got made. That's why that was the final step to getting it
Let's
made.
hope that guy didn't get fired then.
No, I don't think he did, because everybody that was trying to get it made was still on the movie.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever was out there and leaked this movie so that we could actually see it.
We'll call him Bill.
Bill. Way
Thanks,
to go,
Bill.
Bill.
And I think
Okay.
something we have to talk about is Deadpool's eyes, because I think that's very.
His eyebrow expressions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
see them
cool.
through the mask.
Like, we
That is
haven't seen
cool.
that in other superheroes like Spider-Man. Like they have their face covered.
It's
Well,
true.
I think they had to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
his mask was on almost the entire time. There were moments where you saw his messed up face, but without it, it wouldn't
I
have been
think,
the same.
with being able to break the fourth wall and being able to make fun of all the other superhero movies, they were like, we can make this expressive thing like kind of cartoony. And they did, and it worked. It worked great. We got to wrap it up, guys. What do you guys feel? I mean, there's going to be a sequel, obviously. If you saw the movie, did everybody stay after the credits? There's a place after the credits where he talks about
It's a scene. He's in the restroom, right?
Am I the only one that saw the
we didn't
post-credits?
stay.
Oh, yeah. He talks about bringing
Because someone has to
another
work.
X-Men character, Cable, into the next one.
He was
Fable?
supposed to be in this
Oh,
movie,
Yeah.
but
man.
they didn't have enough money.
He's
to-
bringing Cable in, and I mean, there's going to be a sequel. What do you guys want to see out of the sequel? What is something that wasn't in the first movie that you're like,
wanna be,
I need that in the second one?
I want to see Deadpool's girlfriend showing her superpowers. She also is a mutant.
Nice.
Yeah.
There wasn't much of that at all in the first one. Like you didn't get to there was no reference to that. I don't think.
But
I
maybe
wanna-
they're gonna use it in the next movie.
I think since both DC and Marvel are both expanding like hardcore with doing all that they're doing with their heroes and villains and making them so much larger, I think it'd be really cool to see him interact a whole lot more with more heroes and villains and everything like that.
Maybe a
because they're going on
crossover?
with the Civil War, specifically with Marvel, which is a huge storyline in the comics. So
Christy, what do you want to see?
I don't know. The budget's obviously going to be bigger, so
Avocados.
She wants to see
Avocados.
If Ryan Reynolds holds up an avocado in that movie, I swear I'll fall
What
in
if
love
he
with
holds
him.
one up and he says, "This is for one shot Rankin"?
I would. Oh my god, I would freak out. That's not gonna happen, but I would freak out. I would like scream in the movie
I'm gonna
theater.
send him an email right now.
Okay, you do that. I just hope that they increase what they did. I mean, the movie was pretty good, and I mean it was good. So they're gonna have more money. Why not make it just more?
Maybe it will be hard to make a better movie because this one is
It's hard to
it's
top.
hard.
With a better budget, I think they're going to bring more of the other X-Men, and that's what I want to see. I want to see more of the well-known X-Men.
Maybe Wolverine.
Definitely.
Professor X, maybe. Yeah, if Wolverine makes an appearance, he better have his mouth sewn shut. I know
Well,
that.
they're moving up to Old Man Logan,
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's gonna be Hugh Jackman again, the actor.
it better be.
Well, I don't think they can like change it.
Listen,
there's
he's
rumors
been
that they're
in
gonna
he's
use
been
a
in
different-
every Wolverine. I mean, he's been Wolverine the entire time, so I would assume they wouldn't change it. Especially with the success of Deadpool, the second one's going to be even bigger.
And age won't be a problem. I mean, they're moving up. He's aging anyways, so.
It's true. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time on Screen Louder. Everybody say bye.
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 If you make a time machine, you should come back to this point in time.
Oh god.
We'll see you guys.